Hi everyone, happy spring. I am struggling to believe that we are already over halfway through March at this point. And I was going through my records and realized I haven't done an update in 2 months, which is good because that means I've been busy. It has been a great spring. Got to close on a buy and a sell for some good friends of mine and just got a couple listed this week. So if you're Marietta City looking for a really great priced home or townhome, they're on the market as of today and yesterday. But let's just jump right in. Since I've got January and February to work with right now, I'm going to do a little bit of just a recap comparing the two. So new listings for February, 436 new listings. That is a 20% jump from January. And remember that this is all of Marietta residential detached homes. Active listings is 708. It's right in line with January, which was at 710. No big jump there. Sold listings for February was 247. That's a 23% jump from January. So what that's telling us is the market is starting to get a little more flooded with homes. They're selling a little bit faster. And speaking of faster, average days to sell for February was 22 days. That is not long. Things are not staying on the market long in Marietta. That's actually a 30% decrease from January, which was taking about 31 days to sell. So the part we all want to know, the list price median. 355,500 was our list price median, and that is actually a decrease, about 5% decrease from January, which was $375,000. And then the good part, the sales price median. So we're listing around 355. We're selling in February around $299,500, and that's a 5% increase from January. So we're making strides. The market is definitely getting flooded. It's a great time to list because let me tell you, when April hits, you are going to be sitting in the pool with every other person who thought April, May, when the kids get out of school. So now is the time. And especially for City of Marietta, people are ready. There are so many buyers out there with nothing to buy. We think we only have 53 homes right here in downtown Marietta on the market. So anyway, I thought for this month, let me take my little cheat sheet up here. I thought for this month what we could talk about is how to approach an offer in an aggressive market. So for my buyers or anyone's buyers out there who think that the low ball is the way to go, that is not the way to go right now. We are not in a buyer's market. We are very much so in a seller's market. If you have that 2008 to 2011 mentality, you're probably not going to get the home of your dreams or the home that you're gunning for at this point. So here's a few tips. First, get pre-approved. I cannot beat this horse dead enough. This isn't a suggestion. For most agents, having a pre-approval prior to even looking at homes is a requirement because it shows that you're invested, that you've taken the time to get your finances in line. It weeds out the untouchable homes. What we don't want to do is go into a home that is out of reach for you because then nothing else compares. It's sadness. We don't want that. So get your pre-approval letter. Also, if you are to get into a multiple offer situation, having that pre-approval letter will kind of get your offer to the top of the stack because it gives sellers confidence in knowing that you can afford their home and you're not going to tie up a 21-day finance contingency and end up having to back out at the last minute because you couldn't get your loan to go through. Needs to happen. Also, in this market, go in initially with your highest and best. I know the mentality is to lowball. I get it. We're not there anymore. I don't know how else to explain that, but we are not in that market of lowball offers. A lowball is a waste of your time. A lowball is a waste of my time. With that said, let me kind of also say there are situations where that works out. That's generally not going to work out when a home has been listed, I would say about 60 days or less. If there's a house on the market for a year, 6 months, yes, let's talk about a more aggressive, lower offer. But for something that's been on the market for a week, 2 weeks, a month, you really need to come in with your best price. And what that means is a price that you're comfortable with, that makes sense for the neighborhood, it makes sense for your finances, and it's fair. But just a flat-out low ball to start off, we're not going to get anywhere with that. Put yourself in the position of the sellers when you receive a low ball. They're very optimistic, and it takes a couple months for them to realize, oh, we might be a little high. So this first couple months when they see these lower ones come in, they're they're just going to shoo them off. Maybe 6 months from now you can get it if it's still there, and that's a win for everybody. Well, not the seller, but for the buyer. But just consider going in with your best case scenario. So in a competitive market, you get what you want. And the last one, this is a little awkward for some people, but I recommend doing a personal letter. This is not going to work out for every circumstance. So if the home is listed by an investor, they're probably not going to care about your family. They're there to make money. But if you know any of the history of the sellers, if this is a sentimental piece of property for them, it's always a good idea to send a little note about your family, what you love about their home, what drew you to it. Kind of connecting to their heartstrings or tugging on their heartstrings will probably get you a little leg up on the offer, assuming all the other variables are about the same in a multiple offer situation. What I would not do is say, hey, I am going to gut your house and I'm going to take out that hideous wallpaper. Don't put that. Don't put your future plans for the home, because a lot of people don't want to know that you're deconstructing what they've spent years building. But other than that, get your pre-approval, come in with your best offer in a competitive market, and write a sweet letter to the homeowners just to get your information to them so they know what a sweet family that you have that you're bringing into their space. But I hope you guys are enjoying spring. I think we have, a month and a half left of school, which makes me terrified. But if you need any help listing, you need any help buying, I'm here and I'm ready. And I hope that you guys have a great week.